So then I built the Alpha Fit Female brand from there. And then it was, you know, I set up my range of coaching programs. Then it's like, okay, I want something else where I can give back to women and just really start to build a community of women who are inspired and, you know, want to share. And, you know, especially during lockdown and things like that, and things are different. It's like we've lost our social circle. So let's move online and then build a community. It's a place where people can go and get real advice about fitness and nutrition, real advice from, you know, real women who've experienced the same issues that they have, and, you know, just kind of like having that big tribal thing. And, you know, the naked warrior, it comes from the essence of being alpha and, you know, always being the best version of yourself rather than competing against others, and warrior because, you know, we're strong females, warrioress, and naked because we're still a little bit vulnerable as well, you know. So just putting it all out there.
Such a good idea.
Oh, thank you. I can see that Maria's got on, so hi Maria, hope you're well. You are welcome to pop your video on should you wish to, but no worries if you're busy and it's got a crazy background. Sometimes I know what it's like when you've got children. We'll just wait another 30 seconds or so, see if anyone else jumps on. I know that some people were saying they weren't going to be available and wanted to watch the recording, so I have recorded it now, and then I can send you the link if there's anyone that you want to share it with.
Like the first time I've got dressed in over a week.
Hi guys, that's why I'm not showing my face, because I look horrible.
Oh, bless you. Well, thank you so much for jumping on, Maria. It's great to have you here. So we'll get started then. So as you ladies all know, I'm Claire of Alpha Fit Female and founder of this Naked Warrior tribe. I'm on a mission to help 10,000 women be brave and feel bold and be unafraid, so they can really start to take back control of their lives in terms of their nutrition, their mindset and their fitness, and their bodies, but more importantly, that feeling confident in their bodies and, you know, learning to value themselves and love themselves. So I really like the message that Alex delivers in her Time for Breakfast program business that she runs. I've known Alex for a little while now. Great lady, cracking lady, get on like a house on fire. And you know, she's background as a stylist. You know, I'll let you talk about yourself, Alex. So let me introduce yourself properly, because you're going to do yourself better justice than me.
I hope so, Claire. I'm not so sure after you saying all that. I have made a few notes just to say that I did have my baby just before lockdown in March last year, and so I've been out of touch for a while and building the business up whilst I've been on maternity leave. So I've got notes. I'm going to have to keep going back to them, so please bear with me. But like Claire said, I've been doing styling for about 9 years now. And at first it was very much focused around taking women to the shops and getting them lots of new clothes and making them look really pretty. But over the last few years, as the business have grown and developed, like I have as well, because I believe that we always grow and we're always learning, I struggle with anxiety and mental health issues, and I really believe that your clothes can have like a really big impact on how you feel on a day-to-day basis. And so I've started to focus more around what you wear with regards to your confidence and your mental health. And so anyone can walk into a shop, as I say, and put on the latest trend and look fashionable and trendy for that particular amount of time. But until you really get to know yourself and know what you like and your style, then I think that's when you start to come into your own and get braver and bolder in what you wear and how you wear it. So like I said, I had my baby just before lockdown last year and have a 6-year-old as well. We moved Leon C last July. No, not last July. The July before. That's quite scary. So, live by the sea, 2 children, husband, cat, so that's kind of where I am. I can tell you how I got into it if you want, or I can stop talking, because I do I do go on. So.
Tell us a little bit more about where Time for Breakfast came about. Obviously, that's a very unusual name, and where you're obviously you want to move more into the mindset and helping women from that perspective. So yeah, talk about a bit more about that.
So when I started out, I was I had launched myself as Wear Who You Want to Be. So I've always been more around like expressing yourself and wearing you and not having any regard for the trends or kind of, I think at the moment as well, influencers. I think it's really easy to kind of get bogged down in what influencers are kind of like showcasing on the social media. But I suppose it's been a couple of years now, and there's more kind of shouting out about sustainability and being more conscious and ethical with your clothing. And I've taken a real interest in it and kind of delving deeper. I did a little course with Fashion Revolution, who are they're an organisation who are very much for shouting about sustainability, and yeah, it's kind of become a real passion, as has vintage and pre-love clothing. So I really focus on like a slower style, so like slowing yourself down. And so where I was going with Wear Who You Want to Be didn't really fit with kind of where I wanted to go. And I don't know, maybe it was my hormones as well. I just decided to kind of rebrand. And Time for Breakfast, the idea came from so I've got a real thing about shoes. I absolutely love shoes. And when I was younger and I'd moved into my first house on my own, and you know, you're kind of pulling in the purse strings, and my mum would say to me, you would rather have a new pair of shoes than breakfast. And she was absolutely right. Like I would literally sacrifice like a month's food budget for a pair of shoes. And kind of just linking in with having kids and like your pace of life being fast. So I kind of wanted to create a bit of it's a platform, like a one-stop shop where you can learn about sustainability, get inspiration on, you know, how to wear something 3 ways, or read a blog, or just connect and say hi, and if you've got any kind of questions. And so yeah, that's where it came from. It's kind of that, having a cup of tea, like time for breakfast, have a quick read, what's Alex up to, what's going on, and yeah, just a kind of more sustainable awareness platform.
I love that like you said, that connection to just, you know, slowing down and exactly what it says, taking that time for breakfast, and then creating more of a positive start to your day, definitely, and then being more mindful and having that mindset shift. That's awesome. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you this evening, which is I'm sure will resonate with a lot of the ladies in the group, is obviously you've worked with a lot of women over the time, and I know that from women that I've worked with when we've gone through a weight loss and body transformation change, I've often worked with people to refer them to, so they now know how to go and dress for their new body shape. And what I've experienced and saw with a lot of the women, especially if they were, you know, had lost a lot of weight, that they'd lost the weight, but they kind of didn't know how to get into their new bodies in terms of a mindset and confidence perspective, you know, because sometimes when you are overweight, you can feel a little bit shy and self-conscious. And now these people are slimmed down, and, you know, they've got bodies that they potentially do want to show off, but they're not too sure how, and they had all this confidence. So I used to work a lot with women on helping them build their confidence from that perspective once they'd had their transformational change. But what have you seen with women when you've helped them start to dress more for you know, for their taste, their shape, or to feel more empowered as well?
Yeah, so I've got some notes on this. Sorry, just bear with me because here we go. So I think I've seen a lot of women get really focused on the size of clothes as well. So when you walk into a shop and potentially you grab a size 12 but it doesn't fit you, and so you go up to a 14, it doesn't fit you, so you go up to a 16, and you kind of get into that mindset of, oh, I'm not a 16, so I'm not buying it, even if it would look amazing on you. I think I've seen a lot of women kind of be really focused on the sizing of clothes, and you know, kind of like the factories where the clothes are made, and like the brands who are making them, they're also completely different. And so
the cut and the fit, you know, no one's a regular size 10, 12, 14, 16, you know, so
absolutely no, they're not. And so I actually find it really sad. So I did work for Whistles in Chelmsford, but yeah, I no longer do. And I'd see it so much, and you kind of just have to, you know, at some point you kind of just have to let people just do what they want. But I mean, something look amazing, and yeah, they're just not feeling it. So
and
yeah,
when
I would.
sorry, you go ahead.
No, go on.
I was just saying, so when you were working with women and you could see them trying on clothes that, you know, suited them, that they were happy with, did you see a shift and change in their mindset?
Yeah, massively. And I think more than anything, and this is why I want to focus more on the confidence and the mental health side of things now, is it's kind of the way women change, like literally, and I know it's going to sound really silly, literally like right in front of your eyes. So I kind of like, I will always work with women to get an idea of what they want from the experience, because obviously it's all about them. But at the same time, I kind of want to push people's comfort zones and find out if there's items of clothing that they would love to wear and never have because they thought they couldn't. And so we kind of go out with that mindset of, right, okay, you think you can't wear a jumpsuit, so we're going to put you in a jumpsuit, that kind of thing. And you can literally see how someone like stands differently in front of the mirror when they're looking at themselves, when they put something on and they think, I look amazing, I feel amazing. And it's just, like I sound like a bit of an idiot, but like it honestly gives me goosebumps, because I'm so passionate about how like it makes women feel.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, Maria.
So what is, from your perspective, what it will be the key thing to make that shift into that mindset? Because I think that's, and I'm talking for myself, right? I think that's the important thing, right? You say, you know, I know it sounds ridiculous, like, you know, you are, for example, myself, I used to be a regular size 10, and now I'm pretty much on 12, right? In the last year and a half. And I know it's only one size, it's not a big deal, but I mean, for the rest, it might not be a big deal. For me, it is. But how do you transition into that change of not focus on, you know, the clothes are bigger because definitely you have put some weight on, and eventually you would like to obviously come back to your normal size at some point, depending on the circumstances. But how is that change on the mindset of saying it is still okay, and actually these jeans in size 10 or 12, I look exactly the same pretty much on them, and I'm also as happy with them?
Yeah. So, and it is really tough. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. And when I talk about it, I think I kind of make it sound so easy, and it isn't at all. It does take a lot of work. And all I would say, this is kind of what I would advise, and I do this myself as well, if I want to try something new. So I'm just going to give the example of kind of transitioning from a bootcut jean from like the 90s into a skinny, and it's just doing it really gradually. So you've just got to keep remembering that when you're at home and you're trying something on, nobody can see you, okay? It's just you. And so just kind of try something new and just keep doing it. Just put it on, walk around the house for a bit, see how you feel, see how comfortable you feel, and just keep playing with how it looks. Try some different styles. So it can take a long time. And I would also recommend, and again, I don't know how comfortable you feel doing this, I would recommend doing this completely naked. But if you're not comfortable doing that, obviously bra and knickers, whatever you are, is just stand in front of the mirror in as little as possible and just look at yourself and pick out 3 things that you love about yourself, and and that you can focus on as positive of your figure and your body. And then those pieces, so those bits of you are the bits that you want to highlight. So if you think, for example, you've got a good cleavage, then you want to be going for like more of a scoop neck or a V-neck top. I'm not saying like, let's not, let's not go down too low, but I'm saying, if you think this is really nice, then accentuate it. So the trick is hide the areas of you that you don't like, but accentuate the bits that you do.
Yeah, I know. Having said that, there was a trick that we used to do when I used to compete and get up on stage, and we always wanted to look, good shoulders, and like we would build up our shoulders to make our waist look narrower and slimmer, so I know it's kind of different, but it is similar. And I liked what you said about getting naked in front of the mirror, because I actually teach something similar in my Find Your Fierce program, where I ask the ladies to look at themselves in the mirror and find your kind. You say 3, I say 5. To go and find like 5 things that they love about themselves, and they can be physical, but then they can also be like that functional aspect as well, to start to get women to love themselves from at that deeper level. So I think it's great, and what you're saying about finding your features, like we all know what our features are, and it's having the confidence to own those, and then you can step out and shine and accentuate them. So that's great for
absolutely. And I think again, it kind of comes down to, until you, I mean, I can't say confidently that I'm particularly loving my body at the moment, in the sense that not only am I trying to lose baby weight, I'm now snacking on all the rubbish, and the weight is coming back on in lockdown. I don't dislike it. I'm not 100% happy, but I'm happy enough, I suppose, because this is what I do, to kind of know how to wear something. But it's all an illusion. It is about drawing the eye away from the areas that you don't like and accentuating the areas that you do.
Awesome. So thank you for your question, Maria. I was just going to say as well, so what top tips could you give to help women start to really feel confident quickly about their bodies and how they look? Obviously you said to dress for your features and your attributes, but what else do we have? What other little nuggets? So I know you're going to have loads.
I really am. I am such a huge believer in just wear what you want. Like, it doesn't matter if it doesn't go. So I'm going to give you an example, just because it's easy to kind of like probably visualize it a bit more. So I'm feeling quite liberated at the moment in just wearing leggings and jumpers. I kind of feel a bit rebellious because you can. And so my wardrobe could consist of a pair of leggings, like a leopard print jumper, some neon ski socks, and then I'll go for a walk. I've got a bright pink hat on, I've got a checkered tweed wool coat on, and weird crazy pattern scarf, but I feel comfortable. So I don't really care what people think, because I'm okay with what I'm wearing. So I really would say, just don't care, just do what you want. Another thing, this is what I really like this one, is I know, like, for a majority of us, we can't feel happy every day in what we wear. Sometimes it is just more about being practical. But I do this for my mental health as well, is a good pair of undies. So they could be really saucy, they could be really bright and fun, whatever. They could be like your brightest lacy knickers and your comfiest bra, and then kind of whatever you have to wear on top. But that you're wearing like some really fun, some really kind of like contradictory underwear to what you potentially might have to wear on top.
My mum always used to tell me to always wear nice underwear and make sure that your sets match. That's all you ever need to do, and then you feel good exactly like that from underneath, no matter what you're wearing on top.
Absolutely. And
It's all about the undies.
it is about the undies, and just do it for you. It's not for anyone else, even though they might think it isn't. It's for you. And yeah, find your thing. So I think everyone has a thing with regards to clothing. So like mine is shoes, other people's it's bags, it could be accessories. Make that your kind of your standout of your kind of your daily outfits. So if every day you're running around in jeans and trainers and a sweatshirt, make your trainers pop, make them fun. It will make you feel so much better. And so find your thing and just run with it.
I love that. Yeah, I was going to say as well, I have this thing, well, when I have coached women in the past who've lost a lot of weight, or we're all guilty, but we buy things and they hang in our wardrobe for ages, don't they? And then it's like you put it on, you're like, oh, I don't really feel that great in it, and then you put it back in the wardrobe, and every time you open the wardrobe you're reminded that you don't really like that top because it doesn't make you feel great. So I always say to women, get rid of it, because you're never going to wear it because it doesn't make you feel good, and you're being reminded of it every time you open your wardrobe to just free up that space. So I don't know if you agree with that as well.
Yes, absolutely. So wardrobe detoxes are one of my things, and I love them for that very kind of I think it just kind of makes people look at their wardrobes differently as well, and have someone kind of challenge exactly what you said. Why is it still here?
Yeah.
Let's put it to one side. Let's see if we can do anything with it. No, okay, let's put it out. Yeah, and it's all about challenging and just liberating and making people look at their wardrobe differently, and realizing that they can go on this journey to kind of refine themselves or find a style that they're comfortable with, and they don't have to settle for what the high street potentially says, or just M&S t-shirts and pair of jeans, that kind of thing.
Exactly. So in your experience, obviously when you've worked with women, they potentially have had like a weight loss or other like body transformation change, how have you worked with them and helped them restyle themselves, so potentially like say I mean, I know when after I was pregnant and gave birth to my little guy, I was running around first 6 months, and literally I was probably still my maternity jeans for a little while. It took me a little while to get back into normal clothes, partly because it was, a comfort thing, but also like I didn't have the time, but I didn't know what to get back into. I wanted to get back into my jeans, and, then eventually I did. But for other women who are looking to try and get back into or finding something new, like where should they start?
So, I mean, there's so many kind of ways that they can do this, and I think having a stylist is obviously, if you've got no idea what you're doing, then having someone to be able to hold your hand and guide you is an absolute kind of it's a winner, but obviously it is a luxury and not something that people really want to commit to, which I completely understand. So I love Pinterest for like mood boards and being able to kind of search for styles that you like, and pin them, and kind of create a board that you can look at to see kind of if you've got like a consistent kind of look going on. And I would start really small, like a real kind of capsule wardrobe. So just a few items that will see you through while you are like evaluating and growing your style. Social media, Pinterest is social media, but kind of influencers like Instagram, Facebook. If there are people on there that you admire, or kind of you like an outfit, or just their style as a whole, you can save their post, or just go straight to the websites and have a look at the clothes that they're buying. And it really is about having the patience. Like, this isn't I mean, buying clothes is, you can literally sit there 24/7 and just buy clothes from anywhere. But if it's something that you really want to benefit from and do to make yourself feel better and happier, then it's a real investment. It's a real time of investment. And so be prepared to have a big old spend up and kind of budget for it. Just try loads of different styles, patterns, different shaped jeans. Send the stuff back that you're not loving. You know, you've got 28 days to buy stuff. You know, I'm saying, like, buy it all online. We can't go anywhere at the moment, so, you know, but you've got 28 days to kind of see whether you like something or not. And it comes back to keep trying something on, put it on, have a walk around, try it with a couple of different pairs of shoes. If it's a dress, put a roll neck under it, put a jumper over it.
Yeah, put your jackets on it. Yeah,
exactly. And it is just about trying, like, different skirt styles. Pleated, how does it look on your hips? Like a bias cut, which is more kind of like a straighter but with a flare at the bottom, does that make you look more hippie? Like, the length of the skirt, it does take time, but just try and have fun with it as well, because you never know where, like, you don't know what's going to suit you. You don't know where it could potentially take you with your wardrobe, and how brave you're going to be.
I like the idea of, you know, like you said, you've got 28 days to return it. And, you know, sometimes if you've brought clothes online and they arrive, you try something on, you might be in a different mood than if you try it on again a few days later. So then you're going to feel differently about it. And then also, you know, depending where you are in your hormonal cycle, you might feel a bit bloated and not comfortable in something, and then try it on a few days later and you're fine. So what would you say like the staple wardrobe must-haves that we need to just have those essential items?
So I think this really would depend on your lifestyle as well, because, like, for people, it's going to be completely different for a lot of people. So you really need to think about your lifestyle. So, like, for you, I wouldn't
trainers, sportswear. Oh, let me have a hoodie. I'm going out, let me wear some jeans and some heels.
I wouldn't say let's get you a lot of heels and some, like, going out dresses. I think, like, your main focus would be
I do rock a dress and heels, like, occasionally, but not all the time.
So you need to kind of look at your lifestyle, look at the percentage. So if you had, like, a pie chart circle, look at the percentage of your time spent in different, so, like, you know, work wear, weekend wear, pajamas, lounge wear, that kind of thing. Where your biggest amount of time is spent in a certain type of clothing, so workwear, for example, potentially that's where you'd want to be looking first to kind of give yourself a bit of a lift. I'm going to go with jeans. I mean, you can't go wrong with a good pair of jeans because they're so versatile. So you can wear them, kind of do the housework, chase after kids, wear them to business meetings, like if you're creative, throw them on with a heel to go out in the evening. Like, they're just so versatile. Get yourself a good pair of jeans, a good pair of trainers, a good pair of practical boots. Get yourself a nice shirt or a blouse that you could dress up or dress down, a t-shirt, a couple of t-shirts that are different colours that you can throw on with your jeans, tuck it in a little bit at the front, put a leather jacket on, go out in the evening, or, you know, practical for during the day to tuck in. I mean, a dress is always nice. I'm not very good, if I'm honest, at capsulizing, because I really am more about seeing where you kind of want to take your mind. So when I work with women and we do their wardrobes, and we'll strip it all back, but then we look at where their gaps are. So I'm not saying I'm not good at kind of capitalizing, so go crazy, go and buy like everything, but I'm more about focusing on looking at your wardrobe, getting out the bits that you don't wear, they don't fit, they don't make you happy, seeing where those gaps are and then filling them. And then you'll be able to piece together, like whatever if you bought a skirt and because you don't have one in your wardrobe but you like the idea of it, then that's more how I work.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's everyone's individual, you know, and their needs are all going to be specific to them as well. Exactly how when I'm working with ladies, it's hard to say unless you're kind of actually there and all right, so this is what you have, this is what your goals are, and this is where you want to get to, and this is what you want to get from it. So yeah, totally understand that. So if any of the ladies who are watching this want to have a chat with you to help spice up their wardrobe or get some style suggestions, Alex is in the group here, so you can reach out to her anytime. But how else can they contact you, Alex?
So without kind of giving off my long list, so I'm time for breakfast, but it's BRKFAST, and I'm on Instagram, Facebook, or I can, if I can kind of pop a comment or something in the Naked Warrior with my contact details.
Yeah, do that, because what I'll do is I'll post the recording of this anyway, so anyone who's watching it, once I posted it, I'll tag you and then you can put your little doodah in, and then anyone can reach out for me from there.
Just quickly, so with regards to the body shapes, and I don't want this to kind of be like an upsell or anything like that, but I know how much it is an issue for women to know how to dress their shape or how to even know what shape there are. So I've started creating a range of ebooks called There She Is. And the first one I've launched is on body shapes and knowing how to dress your shape. So again, if anyone wants to have a chat with me,
amazing, chuck that in the group underneath the video, like once I've popped it in. Do that. Ladies who are watching, Maria and Lindsay, do you have any other questions for Alex about how to dress to increase your confidence?
No, yes, thank you very much to both of you. I think it's been great just for me to be listening and a few tips here and there, so thank you both.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Thank you so much for getting on and joining us. Lindsay, are you all good?
Yeah, no, it's really, really interesting. It's kind of struck a chord with me because it's something that I've been thinking about recently in terms of being myself again after being a mum and then trying to find yourself again. So it's really interesting. And and similar to what you were talking about, I'm really passionate about kind of the whole pre-loved side of things. So I use like the app Vinted quite a lot to look for pre-loved clothes. And so I've been going through my wardrobe and going, I don't wear that anymore. I don't feel good if I wear that. So I take it out and then I actually sell it. And then it gives me some funds to then buy some new clothes.
I love that.
It's all circular fashion. That's how it should be.
What was the name of the app again, Lindsay?
It's called Vinted.
Okay.
It's really easy to use. So I definitely recommend that for if you like the whole pre-love side of things. But the thing that I was going to say that the thing that I find is they have like a favorites function. So I favorite loads of stuff and then I sort of sit and ponder on it for a while. But I think maybe I need to just go, actually, you know what? Like you were saying about the whole circular fashion, like if I like that, I should just get it, try it. And if I don't like it, then I can sell it on again. So it's
It is so I don't know how vintage works. I haven't heard of that one, to be honest, but I'm going to have a look at it. So with vintage or pre-loved, you just want to be really careful that they accept returns. So
you can just on-sell it.
You can't return, but you can obviously on-sell it. So
I think for some people that could be a bit of a turn off, but I like a bit of eBay selling, so
hey, we're all in lockdown, what else do we do?
Exactly.
It was really interesting. Thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm so glad you found it helpful.
I did. Thank you.
Good. Well, thank you for jumping on, ladies, and thank you so much, Lindsay and Maria, and obviously to you, Alex, for giving up your time this evening. Did it get you out of bedtime routine?
Bedtime, it's amazing.
When we're done, you can pretend we're still talking. Keep that door closed.
No, I'm going to. I said we were going to be an hour, so yeah, I've got like 25 minutes.
You can come put your feet up and just enjoy. Oh, well, thank you so much, ladies, and thanks again, Alex, for your time. I'll post this recording in the group, okay, and we'll all catch up again soon.
Brilliant.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
And you, bye.
Bye.